Hello my dear friends, I welcome you all to my channel. In this video is part of the playlist Python Beginners Daily Dose, where I try to come up with some useful information about the fundamentals of Python programming, the basics, Python programming basics, and some information from the Python standard library. So this series of videos, this is part 7. This series of videos is based on all the functions implemented inside the module os.path, which is related to common path name manipulations. If you have not watched the previous part 1 to part 6 videos, I highly suggest and recommend, I highly suggest and request that you please watch them to get a good idea about all the of all the functions related to common path name manipulations. In this video, I will discuss about the only two functions left that I would like to discuss. So in this video, I will discuss about the function getsize and the function join. If you are new to my channel or not yet subscribed, and if you are watching my videos for the first time or have visited my channel for the first time, I strongly suggest and request that you please support me by subscribing to my channel, and also please do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. I come up with these kind of videos on regular basis so that beginner level Python developers will get help of how Python works, the basics of Python works, and some details about the Python standard library. So let's get started with this video. Okay, so I have my very short notes, concise notes on the right hand side about the two functions getsize and join, and on the left hand side, I have opened my my Python interpreter shell running, and also on the right hand side I have a terminal open so that to do some to execute some commands to create some files for demo purpose of this video. Okay. So the getsize file, the getsize it's as the name says, it returns the size of the file, which is specified as the path in the size of the file in bytes. So what is path? The argument path is a string, is a normal string which refers to an existing or refers to a file path of a file in the current system, or it could be the bytes of the string equivalent, bytes equivalent of a string. So it returns the size of the file in bytes, and if the file does not exist, that is the path. If it does not exist, or if the path refers to a symbolic link which is broken, it will raise OS error. So let's see how it works. So in the terminal, I have a file named demo purpose, the demo underscore file dot txt. It is 55 bytes, its size is 55 bytes, and okay, so let's try to and I have also a broken link demo. I have a broken link demo file underscore link. Let me see. Oh no, it is pointing to the demo underscore file which exists. Okay, so let's for all these functions are defined inside the module os.path. So I have to first import the module os.path, and I will give an alias name as p. Okay, now if I execute, I've executed the Python shell interpreter from my home directory, where and also the terminal is inside my home directory. Okay, so getsize, if I give the pass the demo file, demo underscore file, then what it returns? It returns 55. As we can see from the terminal command, as I did ls-lp demo underscore file txt, it returns, it shows 55. So it returns 55. Okay, what about, I have a demo directory, the it is an empty directory. Let me first check if the directory exists or not. Demo underscore directory. Okay, I have this. So if I pass a directory, any directory, what does it return? It returns the path, the path of the directory. Okay, so if I pass a directory, any directory, what does it return? It returns the path, the path of the directory. Okay, so if I pass a directory, any directory, what does it return? It returns the path, the path of the directory. Okay, so if I pass a directory, any directory, what does it return? It returns the path, the path of the directory. Okay, so if I pass a directory, any directory, what does it return? It returns the path, the path of the directory. Okay, so if I pass a directory, any directory, what does it return? It returns the path, the path of the directory. Okay, so if I pass a directory, any directory, what does it return? It returns the path, the path of the directory. Okay, so if I pass a directory, any directory, what does it return? It returns the path, the path of the directory. Okay, so if I pass a directory, any directory, what does it return? It returns the path, the path of the get size demo underscore directory. Let's see, it returns 64. So I get in bytes. Okay, so I think an empty directory takes 64 bytes. And what about if I run this ls minus lp command? So I am in Unix, so I am running some Unix commands. ls minus lp should show me the size of the directory demo underscore dir. No, it is not. Okay. What about, it will not show, because it will just ls minus lp will show the entries inside the demo underscore directory, and since it is empty, it is showing total 0. So I have to do it, execute the ls minus lp on the parent directory, then I will see. No, okay, I have to do not parent directory, the current directory, and then I can see demo underscore directory is 64. As you can see, this line, it is showing the demo underscore directory is having 64 bytes. Okay, so this is fine. This is pretty straightforward. You give you pass the path of a file, it will return its size in bytes, and for directory it will return 64. Now let's see. Okay, one more thing. If you pass a link, it will follow the link. It will follow the link, and if the symbolic link links to a file, it will follow the link and reach the actual file, and from that file it will get the size. So if I pass demo underscore file underscore link, so this is a symbolic link to the file demo underscore file.txt. It should also return 55. So it is returning 55. And similarly, if you pass, I have a link, symbolic link to the directory demo underscore dir. That link is named as demo underscore dir underscore link, and if I call execute get size, it is returning 64. Now what if you pass a link, but that link is a broken link? That link is a broken link, that is the actual file or directory to which it is pointing to does not exist. That does not exist. Or even before trying that, if you as path, if you pass a file or in a directory that does not exist, it will also show, it will give OS error. So let's see, demo underscore file, I do not have demo underscore file 1.txt. Let me see what it gives. It gives file not found error. So it raises the exception file not found error, which is perhaps a subclass of the exception OS error. Okay, so similar thing will happen if you pass a broken link, a link which is broken. So let me now remove the file from the terminal. I am removing the file demo underscore file dot txt. If I remove this file, then I have already a link created, symbolic link, that is demo underscore file underscore link, which is pointing to this file. If I now remove this file, that link will become a broken link. Now if I just do an ls on that demo link, that is demo underscore file underscore link, which was pointing to the demo underscore file.txt, which is now removed, as you can see, it is still pointing to the file demo underscore file.txt, but the file demo underscore file.txt does not exist anymore. So the link demo underscore file underscore link is a broken link. Let me see what it returns get size if I pass the broken link as the path. So demo underscore file underscore link, it is giving file not found error. Obviously the actual file which the symbolic link is pointing to does not exist anymore, as I just removed it. So if you pass a symbolic link, if it is a broken symbolic link, it will show file not found error, and if the symbolic link is not broken, it will follow the link and it will reach the actual file or directory, and it will return the size of that file or directory. For directory, it will always return 64, even though it might depend on system to system. I am in Unix system, so it is returning 64. Okay, so that was get size function. Now let's understand what is join. Now the join function takes two arguments, not actually two arguments. It is a variable number of arguments. The first one is a mandatory argument. It is a path which is same argument as the get size. It will be a string or bytes equivalent of the string, which refers to a relative path or an absolute path. Now, and the remaining star paths, the star paths is a variable number of path segments. It is a variable number of path segments, and what this join function will do, it will append all the path segments. The star paths is a variable variable number of, or even not a sequence actually, it is a variable number of argument passing. So it will star paths actually you can consider it as a sequence or a list of path segments, and path segments is nothing but a path. So it will append all the path segments from the star paths, and it will append all those paths and concatenate with the first parameter path, so that every non-empty path segment is separated by a single path separator. So this is where it is doing an intelligent task. So in the Python documentation website, it says that it concatenates all the path segments from start paths to the path intelligently, so that in the final it will create a single path. The return value is a single path, and that path will be created by concatenating all the path segments from star paths with path, so that between every non-empty path segment there is a single path separator. There is a single path separator, and the path separator will obviously depend on which system you are running. If it is Windows, it will be /. If it is Unix or Linux, it will be // Now, so but the last path segment in the star paths, after that path no path separator will be appended. After that no path separator will be appended. So basically what it is doing, it is appending all the path segments from star paths with the first parameter path by adding a path separator, a single path separator, but it will not add the path separator at the end of the last path segment. Okay, let's try to understand this. Instead of talking, let's see what it does. Okay, so I have p dot join, and remember, this join function will not check the existence or validity of any path or path segments. For example, the first parameter is the first parameter is a mandatory path. Now if I give here some random path which does not exist, it will not matter. It will not check whether the path exists or not, if it is valid or not. Its syntax should be like a path. Okay, if I do this, let's say /xyz, even though /xyz does not exist anyway, and let's say I am passing a single the star paths will be a sequence of one or more path segments. So I am passing as of now a single path. Let's say I am passing a hello. So what will it do? So let's see what it does. So it appended the hello, the only path segment was hello. It appended hello with the first parameter, which was /xyz. This is the first path. This is the path. It appended hello with the path, but it inserted a single path separator. And also it inserted a single path separator. Now see, if I give here /xyz a triple slash, let's see what happens. Oh, okay. So it is returning the triple slash parameter. Okay. Okay. What if I give a / after xyz? Okay. So it is. So basically, it is. So if the first parameter path ends in a trailing slash, it will remove that slash and then will do the concatenation. Okay. So let's not try with some weird example. Now let's say if the star paths has two path segments. Let's say hello world. What it does, it concatenated the first path segment was hello, the second path segment was world. So it can concatenated hello and world with the first parameter, that is slash xyz, by inserting a single path separator. Now as you can see, there is no slash after the last path segment. The last path segment is world. After world there is no slash. But if so what will it do? What it will do, after slash xyz, it will insert a path separator slash, and then it will concatenate hello. After hello, it will again insert a path separator slash, and then it will concatenate world. But if the last path segment is empty, if the last path segment is empty, you will see there will be a trailing slash, because after hello it will insert a path separator. But since the last path segment is empty, that is why the whole result is having a trailing slash, because after hello, hello was not the last path segment. The last path segment is empty. So only after the last path segment, this join method will not insert will not insert the trailing slash. And for every other path segment which is not the last path segment, it will concatenate that path segment, and then it will add a trailing slash after that path segment. So let's say I give hello world, and then I give hello world, let's say 1 2 3. So after hello there will be a path separator, after world there will be a path separator, but after 1 2 3 there will be no path separator. So this is the basic idea. And if the last segment is empty, then of course there will be a trailing slash in the final path, because for every other path segment which is not the last path segment, it will anyway add the trailing path separator. So after hello there will be a path separator, after world there will be a path separator. But since the last path segment is empty, we are having the final path ending with a slash. Now there is one thing to note, that in the path segments provided with the star paths argument, it is not an argument actually, it is a variable number of arguments. If in this path segments, any path segment starts with a slash, that is, it is an absolute path. Let's say if I do hello, then what will it do? It will ignore all the paths before the slash hello. That means it will also ignore the first parameter path, and it will start from the slash hello, as if the slash hello is the first parameter path, and the concatenation of all the subsequent path segments will happen starting from slash hello. That is, in this case, it will ignore the slash xyz, because the first path segment is starting with a slash. It is an absolute path. So it will after hello, it will append, it will concatenate world with the slash hello. After slash hello there will be a path separator, then world, then path separator, and then since the last path segment is empty, we will have this slash hello slash world slash, because after world it adds a trailing slash after every path segment, except if the path segment is except the last path segment. So if I do slash, what will it do? Okay, you see. So in this case, what happened? The last path segment, which is slash, it is an absolute path. So it ignored all other path segments before that, and also the first parameter. So the result was slash only. So you can see, if the world was slash, world, then it will ignore the hello, which is the first path segment, and then it will also ignore the first parameter, that is the path, and it will now return slash world. Oh no, sorry, because the last path segment is absolute, it ignored everything before the last. Every path segment was ignored before the last path segment, because the last path segment was an absolute path. So if this is empty, it is returning slash world slash. Okay, and what? Okay, now what if I do, let's say, let this be world, and let's say if this is something PQR, I'm giving some random path segments names, and if it ends with a slash, then what will happen? Okay, fine. So it appended PQR slash after world. Okay. So I hope you got the idea that we have the path, the first parameter. So it will, and we have a sequence of path segments. So it will sequentially concatenate all the path segments to the first parameter path by concatenate and so that every non-empty path segments will be separated by a single path. So after slash xyz, it will add a slash, and then it will add the hello, and after hello it will add a slash, it will add the world, and then after world it will add a slash, and then it will add PQR slash. And if the last path segment is empty, then of course the final path will of course end with a slash, because that slash, that the final path, the trailing slash, is coming from the fact that the previous path segment, the path segment previous to the last one, it was concatenated and a trailing slash was added. Okay. So this function could be useful if you have I'm not sure how can this function be useful, but I am quite sure this function is internally used by many other functions that are defined in the same module os.path. Like there are some path related Pathname manipulation related functionality functions like norm path and common prefix, common path. I guess it somehow uses this function internally. So this function is definitely used internally by some other functions defined in the module os.path. I cannot think of any practical use of this function join by the developers directly. So these first two functions that I wanted to discuss before closing the series of videos on the module os.path. In the next video, I will try to come up with some information on some from the Python standard library on some other topic which I have not yet decided. So if this video was beneficial, then please like it, share it with your friends, and please support me by subscribing to my channel, and also do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care and bye.